Then fight!
Live from the City of Angels! Yeah! It's Thursday night! Public Enemy bringing us in tonight for the box office preview show, which is also the MMT evaluation of one battle after another live. We don't do this taped. We don't do this with edits. Obviously, we walk the tightrope live from Los Angeles. Let's check the out-of-theater selfie. An initial reaction from me in the IMAX here, the Burbank 16. Let's check it, and then we'll get into it here. First time, thanks for being here on MMT. If you're a long-timer, hello to you as well on this Thursday. We love you all. This is the snapshot of where I am on Paul Thomas Anderson's One Battle After Another. As I read, this completes Warner Brothers' clean sweep when you throw in Sinners and Weapons of films profuse with promise of premise only to be undone by laden with pothole screenplays. This is the best of the three films, but tonally flawed. That was my fear going into this, and without question, it was realized tonight as I watched this in IMAX. It is really messy, and this will go down as yet another credibility killer for the overpraising crowd. Another masterpiece. Best film of the year. I wouldn't change a thing. Perfect from frame one to frame close. You guys are fucking crazy. It's time for the One Battle After Another, MMTE. Let's do it live.
Don't be scared. You and your dad are in trouble. We have to leave here right away.
I used to run around and do some real bad. Now they're coming after us.
I didn't ask for this. That's just how the cards were rolled out for me.
Dice, sweetie. It's not cards. You don't roll cards. It's dice.
What is wrong with you?
I'm gonna protect you.
No fear.
Let's go!
One battle after another.
Bang. Let's go. And I'll tell you, you can see from the trailer, obviously, you know that you're getting a really nice looking film. The directorial scope on this is worth the price of admission alone. I'll say that off the top. I am recommending this film. I'll just throw my cards out there, or I'll throw my dice, or I'll roll my cards. Thank you, everybody, for that. But when you look at the film, right, in IMAX, it just looks like cinema. I can't argue that. That's not the issue. None of PTA's films have ever not looked exquisite. You ask me what's my favorite PTA film, as I say this is one of his lower films. I mean, without question. Number one, and it doesn't even take me a second to get there, is The Master. Okay? This is several notches below that. Okay? Why? Because it is a very tonally messy and goofy screenplay, right? The revolutionary Antifa. Think of them as being an Antifa, okay? And you've got Leo, and he is in the group, and they're fighting ICE, and it's this long 16-year epic, right? From the beginning to when the daughter arrives 16 years later. I don't want to get into the specifics because I want you to see the film, because it's a film that I want to discuss with you coming up on Sunday night on the Sunday Evening Spectacular, because there's a lot to talk about. So I don't want to ruin it. Never do on these films unless I think it is unsalvageable and you should stay far away from said film. That's not how I feel here tonight as we do this MMTE. But when you're trying to do something that is so heavy on the drama, right? Anti-government, anti-establishment, French 75, Viva the Revolution. All of that is drama. Yet, PTA undercuts so much of that with some really odd choices tonally, including cringy dialogue and character names. One of the characters in this film is referred to as Jungle Pussy. And I'm like, don't. Why are we doing this? Don't. But that was bad when I first heard it. Later, when the white supremacist group is unveiled, the Christmas celebration, what are they called? Christmas surprisers? Whatever. You'll see. The bad white guys. You get one of the characters in the meeting saying, so the pussy's gone. And then someone goes, yeah, we're all out of pussy. I'm like, oh, man. The fact that Paul Thomas Anderson thinks this is funny and even remotely, like, laughable, it's cringy. I sat with the audience, and typically, right, Burbank is a left-leaning audience, okay? It's L.A., so they're going to love anything that's centered on, anything that has anything to do with white supremacy. Look at Sinners. Watch the end of Sinners. Oh, my God, it's the best thing ever. Kill the Nazis. Okay, but in Burbank, even something like that people would normally go, oh, yeah, this is great. What? Why? The name of the farm that they raid is something like Chicken Cluckin' something. It's bad. So many things here are named trying to get laughs instead of like playing into the seriousness of it, that these revolutionaries want to go against immigration, allow people to come into the country unfettered, essentially, because that is Antifa's stand, and that's pretty much what French 75 in this film believes, okay? But if you're going to do that, don't give me all of this just cringy shit that happens throughout the entire movie. I think the other issue here is you paint everything in one shade, each side, right? The French 75 revolutionaries are all essentially good. Even when we have a character blowing away a bank security guard because he's moving around too much. And then we're supposed to care for that character after she slays him for not staying put on the ground as they rob the bank with Jungle Pussy up with her machine gun saying this is what real power looks like. It's like a bad version of Heat, that entire scene. But, right, how am I supposed to care about these characters if they're doing things that are irredeemable? You can't just blow away somebody because they're, the guard's like doing his minimum wage job. But still, PTA decides to not really condemn that and not put this character away and allow her to continue, essentially, even though we don't see her very often after that happens, because of Sean Penn. We've got to talk about Sean Penn. This is one of the most cartoonish caricatures of a performance that I have seen in a very long time. I love Sean Penn. I am not anti-Sean Penn and his politics. You gotta understand, guys, when you watch MMT, I might take a stand on this or that, but I am, and there is nobody in this space who is more objective than me. Nobody. Don't even bother. Don't even put someone in the comments, this person. I will destroy them when it comes to objectivity. But Sean Penn here, and the way it's written, this falls back to PTA more than it does to Sean, but still, it is a PTA issue. Why is it a PTA issue? Because when you're the director of a film, you've got to be able to get your talent to modulate their performance. If you were to ask me what the number one problem with One Battle After Another is, it's that a lot of this film is over modulated. Everything is playing at a 10 or 11 when I need you to bring it back. Sean Penn is like an 11 cartoon. I want you at a 9 less cartoonish. That falls on Paul Thomas Anderson to tell him you're doing too much here. I know, but then he wrote the character that way, so I can't really blame Penn. It really falls back to PTA. So if you're going to ask me when I wrap this entire thing, is Paul Thomas Anderson a contender for Best Director? I can't say yes because he wrote this, and as the director as well, he's got to make a film that is not all the things that I am dragging here tonight. So I can't even say, outside of the scope and the look and the vista vision of this, I cannot say this is one of the best directed films of the year because scenes bleed on too long. Characters are written as caricatures. You have, again, the one painted, everyone in the military and police is awful, okay? Right? ACAB. All that stuff. Very clear that everyone who's involved with the military here or the police is out to kill you, is out to get you, right? That's very much there, okay? So again, you got to layer this stuff. You go back and look at Heat. We're talking about Heat, right? This has some threads of Heat. Heat's a hell of a lot better film than this. Come on, guys. But when you look at Heat, right, even with the cops and the robbers, the good guys and the bad guys, you still had some shades. You got to see De Niro with his girlfriend, and he just really just wants to get away with her, and then he can't because he has to take out the dude who turned on the entire group, right? That film is truly, that is a masterpiece, right? Heat is one of the best films of the past 30 years plus, okay? But when you look at this film, you don't have those layers, and you end up with characters like DiCaprio, I think is also not his best here. But again, it's not his fault. He is playing this manically getting high, Cheech and Chong-ish kind of guy. And that is, again, a detriment to the film that's trying to drive home this anti-ICE, anti-government stance, and then you have this goofiness going on, and DiCaprio like spends half of like 15, 20, 30 minutes, hell, trying to figure out a password on the phone, and that gag runs on forever. Then he's trying to charge his phone, and that goes on forever. Everything here goes on too long, but DiCaprio's out of control. Like, you reminded me of Wolf of Wall Street when he was, like, under the influence, right? That scene's great, where he's driving and he's, like, dragging himself across the ground. Imagine, like, a version of that for the majority of the film. That's problematic. So, not his best. No one here is at their best. Nothing in this film is at its best. There's not one element of this film that is at an extremely elite level. Outside of the scope is the best thing about this film. It's why we gave it the only thumbs up I have here tonight. The other thing I do not like is the score. I believe it's Johnny Greenwood here, right? I even look, 'cause I don't care. I'm not supposed to evaluate a score based on who scored it. If I did, I would have thought that Ludwig's score for Sinners was great, because I was Ludwig. It's not bad. That Sinners score. Sinners is a fucking disaster. I'm not going to play games anymore with that film. That film's bad. That's a bad film. This is not as bad. I do not hate this film. The score's coming up in a minute. But I want to give you an example of what it's like watching this film, because I downloaded what this sounds like throughout the entire film. You guys ready? Here it is. I'm going to do the rest of this stream, or at least this review, with this in the background, because this is what you're listening to for at least 45 minutes straight. When DiCaprio is trying to remember the password on the phone and trying to remember to charge his phone and to try to get close to his daughter who has a tracking device so when the two are paired together, they'll play a song. This script's bad. Holy shit, man. The more I think about it, oh, this is a bad script. This is really bad. I should have done the whole reaction like this. I really fumbled tonight. Can we go back and start over? I'm going to go back and just restart the whole thing. MMT score 77%. And you're going to be like, what? Why is it so high? Because it's the weirdest film and that I don't hate it, but it's nowhere near the masterpiece. The every frame's perfect. Oh my God, everything is just as great as it could be. That's insanity, okay? And the fact that we have so many people, nope, this is it. You're going to listen because this is what you got the entire time. This is the world we live in now because we live in Film Twitter clown world. And yes, I'm going to call them out again tonight. Film Twitter, you are the biggest jokes. You are the Ronald McDonald bozos of the universe. And people like Sean Fennessy are your leader. And for that reason, do not trust you. Never should. You guys are completely clueless. You have no idea what you're even talking about. You have no taste. It's an embarrassment. And there you go. That's it the entire time. Did you think I was going to go for an entire stream without hammering Film Twitter? Are you kidding me? The jokes that are. Let's go read some reviews and then we'll get into check the sales real quickly. I'll get to as many comments as possible. I am on my own tonight. So if I don't get to it, it's because I got to push the buttons. I'm doing this live. I'm pushing buttons. I'm bringing up windows. Come on, man. Give me a break. I mean, how many other people do this by themselves live for an hour? Probably tonight. I feel like I could still talk about this for like another hour. I just try to go as quick as possible so I can get to the, hits, runs, and errors. But if you really want to dial down, oh man, not Manola Dargis. No, don't do this, Manola Dargis. I like Manola Dargis, and she gave it a fresh. Look at all these freshes. 4 out of 4. 4 out of 5. 5 out of 5. Ty Burr, 4 out of 4. There's no universe in which this is a 4 out of 4, 5 out of 5, 6 out of 6, 7 out of 7, 9 out of 9, 69 out of 69. There's no universe. No universe. What the hell is happening? I'm convinced. I'm telling you, man, it's a happen again. I'm convinced that so many people had their brains like completely rotted over the past 5 years or so. Something is destroying people's minds. There's no way. I can't do this. I gave it 77 out of 10. What is that? 7 out of 10. But listen, that's not that great for me. I want to be at an 8 or 9 minimum. Who gave it a rotten? Did anybody? I mean, I didn't give it a rotten, so fair. That's fair. But there has to be someone who gave it a rotten. There's one. It's 98%. So someone, at least one person had the balls. Let's give that person credit. I got to find them. Where are they? Where's the rotten? Can I sort by rottens? Hold on. Let me check. Top critics. No, on the I think on the mobile you can, but on the desktop I can't for whatever reason. I can't load by rotten. Why is that? I still don't see. Oh, another guy who's a fucking blowhard. Can I hammer this guy tonight? Sonny Burge, a bunch. This dude is one of the biggest clowns in the world. Oh my God, I have not hammered that guy. Sonny Bunch, another of the Film Twitter clowns. Guys, it's not a contest. Every single day I wake up, I dominate your bitch asses. It's not even a fucking contest. It's an embarrassment to me. It really is. You guys are laughable. You guys are laughably horrible at what you do. You know that, right? I need you to know that. You need to wake up tomorrow, slap yourself in the face and say you're shitty at what you do. Just do that for me. Please, for me. Because you're terrible. What did Sean Fennessy say? I got Kathy Fennessy. Dude, we live in clown world, man. Yeah, some of the critics who think Jimmy Kimmel is funny, I'm sure they're the ones railing. They don't care about digital ID, right? All elite. They care about Kimmel. Oh, go ahead. Let the government do the digital. Right. Does Antifa raging against digital ID? Of course they're not, right? will rage against everything else. Digital ID is the thing you got to worry about. Once they have that, they got everything. Why aren't you raging against that? Antifa, French 75, critics, because critics are left-wing followers. They do not think for themselves. They don't, dude. Look. Listen, at least give it 2.5 out of 5, 3 out of 5 at a max for the filmmaking. Critics are left-wing loons, the majority of them. I am not, by the way, not the right-wing guy. But when you're so far left, that's a problem. And that's all these people. They're all that way. Don't think they're not. And I'm not. Yeah, 67 out of 69. By the way, those of you who don't know that reference, that's going back to when I found some Australian critic who bizarrely decides to rate movies out of 69. Which is kind of funny, but also like, what the fuck? Really? Here's Trey Murphy of YouTube. He gave it a straight up A. Who's this? Let's see. Should we go watch it? Let's go watch some of him and see how good he is. Well, let's see. I can't even see. Where's his stream? Hold on. Do we want to watch some of this? He's got 100,000 subscribers. Good God. We're getting killed by this guy. Let's find out. Let's see what we got. Okay, let's see. Well, first of all, he liked weapons, so that's a problem. Does he even have it here? I don't think he even has the review. How do you not have it in there? Why don't you do it live? Does he have any live streams? Let's find out. Here's live. I don't know what's going on, but not a lot of views on the lives. That's weird. How do you have 100,000 subscribers and 1,000 views? That's terrible. That's a terrible return rate, bro. My return rate's like 30%, man. If he's at 30%, he should have 30,000 views on 100,000. What's going on, man? Well, I don't think I see through this shit. I see through all this shit. Something's up. Man, people buy subscribers right and left. I don't have time for that shit. This channel's the Riddler's channel from the Batman, and you'll enjoy it. And it'll never change. It's what it is. All right, get to as many comments as possible. I'll give you my prediction here, box office. Let me bring up the, I actually blew out the screen I wanted to share. You know, I'm pushing buttons. Oh, by the way, guys, we are going to watch Avatar. Oh, my God. I haven't watched it yet. Get ready. I am going to blowtorch Avatar, whatever it's called, Fire and Ash. We'll burn that to the ground momentarily. But let's get to a couple comments. Let's check the sales, too. Any others? If you have a super chat, hit me. It makes it easier for me. When I'm all by myself, it's hard. Dude, PTA loves doing these multi-setting, long-rolling, whirlwind experience set pieces, and they are exhausting. I got to say, you know what's weird, though? I will say, to your point, Vader Monkey, even though this film clocks in at 2:45, and it's definitely long, you're there a lot. Dude, anytime you're sitting in a chair for 2 hours and 45 minutes, it's a long fucking time. I don't think the pacing's awful, which is weird, right? I think that it doesn't. Now, granted, there are scenes that need to be tightened. There's stuff that doesn't need to be as expanded on, like the joke of remembering the password on the phone. That can be brought down. And all of that can be condensed. I'm not going to argue. But I wasn't ever like, oh, God, I'm so bored with this film. There's just so much going on. And that's 100% accurate. I would agree with that. That there's just too much. It's just too populated. Okay, let's check sales right now. We go to AMC. I'm gonna do something different tonight because it's very important that you see the difference between AMC Burbank and we go to like a Northridge here in LA, and you see the difference in what the sales look like for this film. It's called the MMT seat check. This is the 10:45 IMAX tonight. The middle looks pretty good, but it's late. Okay, first of all, it's very late. It's a long film. These people aren't getting out until like 1:30 in the morning. So and the fact that there's that many people out, taking seats, that's pretty encouraging. But remember, this is Burbank. Let me show you the difference between Burbank and we roll to Northridge. Northridge is north of town. You guys know they had the earthquake back in 94. It's a college town. It's not nearly as industry-centric as LA is. And we look at the 9 o'clock digital at the Northridge 10 and look at the difference. There are 10 seats sold for this. Or is it 9? There's 11. 11 seats. Look how empty that is. The only seats they're taking are the ones that have turned black. / are not there. The seats evaporated. So that's the difference between AMC Burbank and Northridge, even though they're both technically here in Southern California. Northridge is way up there. But still, it's still considered LA. Northridge is not like going up to Santa Barbara, over Santa Barbara, or up to Marin County or something like that. So, look, that's not good. Let's see. Is there another one we can check that's like a weird kind of location? Because that's what I'm telling you. That's the key here, is once you get outside of the major cinephile places, Marina Del Rey is still set. I can't find another. Atlantic Times Square. Let's check this. That, I think, is out on the east side somewhere. Yep, look, there you go. It's on the east side of LA, out east. Look, dead. How many seats? 10? That's what I'm saying. See, that's what you need to understand. And now I'm going to do more of that, because on Thursday, a lot of time I show Burbank, Century City, Universal, The Grove. Those are where all of the actors, producers, directors, celebrities, Hollywood industry folk live. So, of course, they're going to be there for a PTA film. You know, they live here. Hell, Nolan might have been in my crowd today. I wouldn't doubt if Nolan's up there today. He goes to AMC Burbank. But that's the crowd. But once you get outside there and you go out to the AMC, whatever the hell this is, Atlantic Times Square, it sounds like it should be on the East Coast, but it's here. There's no one in there. That's the difference. And that's why I'm putting this thing at 19.75. I'm going to bring in my projector on One Battle After Another at 19.75. That's problematic. This is a $140 million-ish film. So for profitability, we need to be north of 325, 350. It's got to be way up there. This film will not get there. No chance. Not just because this weekend, but because the timing isn't right. You're talking about anti-ICE, anti-government. You just had the Kirk thing. You have all this stuff going on. Not the time for this movie. Okay, that's a problem. But even without that, the film's never going to do that big. It's just not a 4-quad, tent pole, all audiences. Warner Brothers has been trying to get the younger audience. I don't think I saw anyone under the age of 25 at my screening today. That rarely happens, right? Every screening I go to has some younger folks in there, even at 3, 4, 5 in the afternoon on a Thursday, because it appeals to them. This doesn't appeal to them. So that's the issue here for Warner Brothers. That's why they've been pressing so hard on this film to get people to pay attention to it, is because they know that it's not going to do well this weekend. And if it ends up at 19, 20, 21, wherever we end up here, maybe less than this, that is a real issue. And I think Warner Brothers' greatest fears are going to be realized this weekend, because the timing and its niche. This is a cinephilic film. This is not a film for everybody. More comments, and then we'll watch Avatar. I don't really want to watch Avatar, but I will. Because I don't like Avatar. I don't want to watch another Avatar movie for the rest of my life. I was already out with The Way of Water. And now I got to watch Fire. Let me guess. Same shit, only fire. Wow. Well, I would agree, Sadvik. You got to bring that budget in lower. And that means the scope gets smaller. The expanse of the story is tightened. The other issue with this film that's very clear is the front end is compressed too much. The back end is elongated too much. What you really want to do here is you want to extend the front porch and you want to compress the back end. There's so much to do with this film. If I was at Warner Brothers and I was watching a test screening of this film, I would have so many notes for PTA. It would be a laundry list of shit. I mean, it would be so long. It would definitely not be this is perfect, as some of these people. On Sunday night, I'll dig through some people that said tweets like our boy that I dragged the other night, a perfect film from start to finish. Do you understand how stupid these people are? You shouldn't even, there's nothing you should ever listen to them again about. Nothing. Not a single thing. I don't care if they tell you something that's 100% true. Do not believe them. There's no way in hell there's anything perfect about this film. This is insanity. This is fucking crazy. I'm tired of playing in insanity. Like, literally, I was like, bring back the institutions. We need to put a lot of these film critics, institutionalize them. They're fucking crazy. It's not a joke. They're either working for the studios or they have no sense of true evaluation skills, taste, They love their politics so much that even if the film is massively flawed, if it pushes forth anti-Trumpian, anti-white, whatever you want to call it, then I'm going to say it's good. And we know that's the case. Listen, do I need to do this? I'll do it now. Remember when we had Hillbilly Elegy? Go back and read the reviews. Hillbilly Elegy, oh, it's awful because it's about J.D. Vance. And that's before J.D. Vance and J.D. Vance. You don't review a movie based on politics. Did you hear me talk about the politics of this film tonight? I talked about it, but was that like the reason I didn't like it? I said I don't like the one note painting everything in one color, right? Everything from this side is good, everything from that side's bad. Don't do that. Layer, okay? But that I didn't say I was, oh my God, this film is abhorrent. I can't believe. There's times I think that you could make some of that argument. I don't think he crosses a line, but that's not part of the evaluation. But to a lot of these people of the world, the Sean Fennessy beta fucking bitches of the world, yeah, Fennessy, you are. I've never seen a guy who is, dare I say, dude, seriously, that guy's never seen a gym in his life. Bro, go to the gym and curl 2.5 pounds. That's probably what you can handle. 2.5 pound curl, maybe bench 5. I don't know. Maybe 7. Hard to say. I don't know if we can even push 7. Let's start with 5. Let's go there. These people are so left-wing and so weird. They're just weird people, okay? I'm weird in a cool way. These people are weird in an off-putting way. Big difference. Big difference. I sound weird at times. And listen, I'm not even the Trumpian guy. At times when I talk, I'm like, holy shit, this is like a version of Trump. I'm not trying to be. I'm just matter of fact. And I just say what the reality is. And the reality is that this space is littered. This space is profuse. This space is jammed to the gills, packed to the gills with left-wing weirdos with terrible taste. And if you don't like what I'm saying, you're probably exactly what I just said. Look in the mirror and own your shit. It's not hard. I own the fact that I'm outspoken, that I do things a little bit differently than everybody else. But these people put on some kind of facade. I'm objective. You're not objective. You're not even close. No. You know what? Oli, great question. Is it bad like Civil War? This is a much better made film than Civil War. Like, no contest. This film, from a filmmaking perspective, is just levels and levels and levels ahead of Civil War. That's not even a contest. Better film. Civil War is much worse than this film, but it still has so many problems. I mean, listen, again, the score was 77%, guys. That is a pretty substantial chunk of the MMT evaluation score that I took out because of those issues. But the fact the filmmaking is so strong, that's why we're still up in the 70s. If the filmmaking was a disaster, we would be in the 50s or 40s on this film. Because again, not Leo's best work. All the stuff I broke down. Sean Penn caricature, cartoon, not great. Love Sean Penn in... Listen, guys, if you want to watch a great Sean Penn performance, a movie that's better than this film, too, it's Asphalt City. Asphalt City from last year, very grounded film about what it's like to be a paramedic in New York City. Man, just grimy and grungy. And, oh, man, I love that film. Very Safdie brother-esque. Watch Asphalt City. And Sean Penn's really great in that. Don't love what they do with this character late, but just the feel of that film is where I want to be. This film has that same gritty feel to it, okay? Not quite as gritty, right? I mean, Asphalt City is just like, man, it makes you like, I gotta take a bath. I don't want to be in this world, but that's awesome. That's what makes it so cool. This film just has a big scope, right? That's what, guys, look, that's what I talked about. That's my number one thing. That's why we're the gold standard, man. The directorial scope. What was my number one? That's why we're the gold standard. There's a reason. It's very simple, because I see what's there. I don't make things up. It's in front of me. These other critics don't even know what they're doing. They think everything, they really don't. I'm going to tell you guys, I'm tired of living in a world. I'm going to take the shades off for this. I am tired of living in a world where we have, oh, everyone's so great. You're so talented, Johnny. I got news for you. Johnny isn't talented. He doesn't have very many talents at all, from what I can tell. We need to go back to that world. We don't need a world of everyone is great, everyone's opinion's valid. No, you earn your spot at the table. And the people in this film space that have not earned their spot at the table greatly outnumber the people who have earned their spot like the gold standard MMT. It's not a contest. Get your boy Fantasy to try a live stream like I'm doing. Get him to try. I will decimate him. It is not a contest. It will be a 1 round, 1 punch knockout. That guy is a clown. I will clown that guy every time I come on the stream because you all are like, Sean Fantasy is so brilliant. Fuck, he is a directorial, suck at the teat phony. I will hammer him every stream I have. My stream. Clearly, you can see I'm not here for views. I'm here to roast people like Sean Fantasy. They deserve it. That's what I will do. It's my stream. I'll do as I see fit. Let's watch it. I can't believe I'm doing this. I am going to watch, for the first time, Avatar Fire and Ice. What's it called? Fire and Ash. And just for the record, before I get into this, I will be stopping it often. I hated Avatar 2. I am not a huge fan of Avatar 1, so be ready. I'm going to have a lot to hammer about this. Let's watch some of, maybe all, I don't know if I can get through 2 minutes and 45 minutes. How long is this movie going to be? Like 3 hours and 45 minutes? Probably, because no one can tell James Cameron to cut his shit. They're all afraid. It's like the episode of The Studio where Ron Howard makes like an ending that you don't need, and instead of someone just telling them, they're all like, I don't know. That's everyone with James Cameron. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. Here comes Avatar, Fire and Ash, Ice, whatever the fuck it's called.
This is the only pure thing in this world.
I'm already don't want to do this.
The fire came from the mountain, burnt our forest. My people cried for help.
Oh my God. No, dude, it's the same shit over and over. The bad guys come in and raise our ecosystem, and now RAZE. And now we have to rebuild and take it to the man who gutted us.
But Ava did not come.
Oh, like, where's the wonder? Seriously, is anyone still excited to see this? Look, it's the dragons. Look, it's Viewmaster. Look, it's in 3D. It's just, dude, we were doing this like 15 years ago. Why are we still doing this shit? Can someone tell me why? Yeah, I can tell you. I know. Box office. It's you guys. You're to blame. You support this shit. This is why we get like 7 more avatars. Because you keep going to see this shit. Bad people.
This world goes much deeper.
Ugh, fuck. Why? I'm only 42 seconds in. I'm not watching all this shit.
Than you imagine.
We already did the water thing. Where's all the fire? Is that in the second half of this? Is that it? Oh, I forgot. That's what Cameron does in these movies, right? He relives the last film for the first hour, and then the second hour is setting up the next film that you're in, and the third hour is finishing off that film. That's the secret sauce, right? Relive, just basically shot for shot, the one you just watched, and then we'll set it, and then we'll finish it. 3 hours of your time wasted. What a waste of a career. That was brutal. That might be the most savage thing I've ever said on this stream. What a waste of a career, James Cameron, making this shit Avatar crap.
Protect your sister. Yes, sir. Stay in the cover.
family's a fortress. This is awful. I'm skipping ahead. I'm not sitting here for the whole. Oh, here come the bad guys. I'll just freeze frame it. And then they're underwater. And then someone's fighting someone. Hold on. Oh, look. Yeah, there's the fire. There's the. Oh, this guy. This kid's back in it again. One of the worst actors ever.
I swear.
This is. I'm not watching this. Oh, we already seen that. He's killing the Learrier jump jet. What are they called? The Harrier jump jets. Learrier. I was thinking Learjet. My brain was working there. Harrier jump jet helicopter things. How about the Harrier jump jet throwback? That's a hard pass. Hard pass. If you guys support this movie, don't ever come back. Don't ever come back. You're not ever welcome back here to MMT. Yeah, it's true, right? The sheep. It's 100% true. But you know what? Listen, all elite. Let's just talk and be real here, and we can still talk about what we talked about off the top here with the movie. Let's just be real. The average person is a low-thinking, lower IQ individual. That's the reality. And movies like Avatar, MCU, listen, I don't hate the MCU. At times, I really enjoy the MCU. I'm not going to throw MCU in there. I'm going to throw in movies like Happy Gilmore. Just stuff that you watch and you're like, I get it has its place, but you go, how is this so popular? Minecraft, listen, I actually laughed at Minecraft more than I probably should have. But I understood what it was doing. But let's face it, that's what people want. They want the Minecrafts of the world. They want escapist stuff. They don't want to think too much. Avatar just is a repeat of the same shit over and over. Bad guys, family. Let's get those guys. Let's immerse ourselves in the Viewmaster 3D world. I don't want to see this shit anymore. It does nothing for me. I would much rather watch a one battle after another at 77% here tonight on the MMTE. Fine. I'll take that. That wasn't like a lost night tonight. I didn't go tonight and go, oh, I wish I didn't go to the movies. That's happened a lot. Lately, you guys know, a lot of the films I've seen have been very underwhelming. I'm going to have to end up seeing Strangers Part 2 just to destroy it at some point over the next 48 hours, so I'm ready for Sunday night. I'm also hopefully going to see After the Hunt. I think there's an early screening of that on Saturday, so we'll have that on Sunday. Sunday night, we'll talk about this film. Box office, probably not going to be good. There's a lot of stuff Sunday that's going to come down. Let's do open comment time, and then if I have anything else, we'll have time. At 41 minutes, I got time for comments. Gone Girl's back. Gone Girl, hit me with your favorite comments now. I will answer as many as possible. I am open for your pleasure. Whatever. Listen, again, it's live. If you want me to redo it, I can't. It's too late. James Cameron, at least, releasing his Hiroshima movie between Avatar 3 and 4. Listen, he's wasted so much time in this universe. We just got to move on, right? We just really do. We can't be doing 4, 5, 6. I hope this film bombs. I do. It won't, because I don't have faith in humanity. But if I had true faith in what should happen, I will tell you that I want to see Avatar 3 bomb. By the way, before I forget, tonight's kit is Chorley. First of all, can I just say that no one in this space, as I God darn, did I just knock over my seltzer water? No one in this space is not more jacked. That's not what I was going to say. Has a better collection. Now, let me explain. This kit is Chorley FC. They play in the National League North. Do you understand that in the English pyramid, that is like at the very bottom? I even have the official Enterprise National League sleeve patch. That's how we roll at MMT. We don't just have the Manchester Cities and the Arsenals and the name a club. The Flamingos, we have the Chorley FCs, and that's what we have tonight, straight from England. Whenever I order one of these, I'm kidding you not, the person's like, wait, you said shipped to LA? I said, yeah. You sure you don't mean UK? No, I said LA. Okay. How much does it cost? The shipping is never cheap. Can you imagine? Like Chorley's out in the middle of nowhere, from what I know. I think it's like up by Manchester. I got to look. But when I saw the kit, I was like, hey, this is like a referee kit. Also, I like the red, and I'm a sucker for the sleeve patch. Anytime you can offer me the sleeve patch, what does that mean? That means it's official. This is the one the players wear on the field, so that's how we roll here at MMT. Also, I'd like to say the glasses go with the kit, right? It's a nice look tonight. The ensemble's untouchable. Strangers 2. Oh, dude, did you guys see Strangers 1? What? It was so bad. I told you that story, right? Remember, I went to see Strangers 1 opening night at Burbank. I don't know, Gone Girl, were you there? I don't remember. Nod at me. I'm looking at you. Not Gone Girl, were you there or not? No, he wasn't. Okay, here's the funny story. I can see him in the background. Here's the thing. So I go to see Strangers 1. I'm at the Burbank 16. I sit down. I watch Strangers 1. Boy, it's bad. Strangers 1 was the original Strangers, but yeah, this new Strangers. And I go, oh my God, this is fucking awful. This is like one of the worst things I've ever seen. So as soon as the movie's over, I get a couple people going, yeah, this is, I go, whoa. Here's, you know me, because I'm famous for shaming the people who cheered for Beau is Afraid. Go back and listen to the audio. I'm like, what are we doing here? What? Who's cheering for Beau is Afraid? Stop. I was angry. You can listen to that audio. It's available for you. Go internet search Beau is Afraid Erick Weber, and you'll see me yelling at you'll hear me. Someone got out their phone and audio recorded me browbeating whoever was clapping. Here's the thing. I was about ready to do the same thing for Strangers, and I'm like, I went like this. Look, here's me. You guys know me. I'm in the middle of this, and I go like this. And then, you guys ready? As I start to go, all of a sudden, as I'm just about ready to unleash the most vile tirade of this is the worst movie ever, this person walks in with a microphone, right? And they're fully like, hey, everybody, guess what? The star of Strangers is here. And I'm like, oh, my God. The girl comes walking in, the one who's the final girl, and she walks in. She's like, hi, everybody. I'm so excited. I'm in a movie. And I'm like, oh, no, of all the times, why does she have to be here? I can't say what I want to say. And she comes in and she's like so sweet, and she's like, I'm so happy my manager's here, and I'm so happy you guys were the first people to see it. And I'm like going, oh, and this is me. I'm literally like Hulk shit, man. My eyes are like I can't. So I had to politely get up and walk out as she's talking, because I can't stop myself. Can you guys not tell from the stream? You should know I do not censor myself. This is not good in public sometimes, especially if listen, if you're right there, right? So, as much as I drag Sean Fennessy, and I think he's one of the worst of all time, if he was right in front of me, I wouldn't say it, because we're doing the internet thing. But I still would, if someone asked me, if he came up and said, hey, I heard you said that I was terrible. Like, yeah, I did. I wouldn't say I didn't. I'd be like, of course I did. There's 1,000 instances of it. What am I going to say? Lie? So, but my point is right, you like, if Ari Aster was there the night that I saw Beau was Afraid, I wouldn't have browbeat the audience. So you have to, I know restraint. So when she walked in, it was like, no, why are you here? I can't do what I want to do. So I just politely left. But I was fuming. Oh, I was fuming. The first one was terrible. One of the worst things. Go back and watch it. I don't know. If you ever want to find one of my old reviews and you'll hear the story live, it's always on the night, usually the Thursday it comes out. If you don't find it on that, just look at the dates of my MMT streams, Midnight Movie Talk, on YouTube. Everything's there. I don't even know how many hours we have now, like 1,000? I mean, because look, every time I go on, it's an hour, sometimes 2 hours. Avatar 3 or Avatar 2, I think I did a 3-hour stream saying how much I hated it. 3 hours. So all these hours accumulate, and I don't even remember when, but go back and look. You can find all of my out of theater, raw, live shit. None of this is rehearsed. In fact, and it's good. I like doing it live, but there are times like when I get done, I'm like, damn, I forgot to mention this. It is what it is. One of the things I love about doing live is it's over, right? When it's over, it's over. I don't have to sit here afterwards and start doing all these edits. It's done. I put it to bed. I go to bed, okay? It's 8:30 here. I won't go to bed quite this early, but right, there's no extra work. A lot of YouTubers, they got to do all the work and then go back in and edit, cut, because they can't say anything straight for 45 an hour, whatever we're on, 48 minutes now. They can't do what I do. They can't go for 48 minutes live. They could never do it and be coherent and be somewhat decent at it. Not always, but right, it's not for everybody, by no means. If you think everybody can stream, you're completely wrong. No question. I'm not playing a game, right? I'm talking the entire time. If I'm reacting to something all the time, that's easy, right? If we were watching a movie and I'm just like talking in the background, hey, did you notice this show? Like doing the trailer stuff, that's easy, right? When you're talking about evaluation, you're pretty much on a tightrope, and I'm trying to remember what did I like, what did I not like. That's it, and try to get to it all, right? And did he? I'm glad. Someone said Roger Ebert clearly said everyone's not great. I hope this is the end of PTA, to be honest. He fucked up big time with Licorice Pizza. Oh, whoa, hold up. No, listen. Here's the thing, Freddie. I'm glad you at least understand that Licorice Pizza is not a great film. Again, not a good screenplay. Okay? Filmmaking, yes. Aesthetic, 70s aesthetic, yes. Overall film, okay? This film, same kind of problems, right? He's not a great writer. Now, that said, The Master, pretty much masterpiece, right? His best film. There Will Be Blood would probably be 2 for me. Magnolia's right up there. But look, Boogie Nights. But here's the thing. Clearly, Licorice Pizza, this, and Inherent Vice are his worst films. No question. None. These are the 3 worst films from PTA. And the most alarming part of this is, what are we seeing? We're seeing his worst films being his most recent. Phantom Thread, I didn't hate. I liked. You know, it's weird. I saw that film. It was really busy. I think I had a crappy seat. I remember liking a lot of it. I like the Greenwood score. I like the elegance of the film. But I almost want to go back and watch it. And, of course, Daniel Day-Lewis. But I like slow, thoughtful, meditative films. I'm not going to argue. You guys know that. I can watch a slow, non-effects driven kind of thing. That's kind of what I want to watch. I mean, look no further than my number 1 film of the 2020s, Tar. Tar is Tar, there's no action in Tar. Tar is all about the dialogue. It's all about that screenplay, the character arc, right? Oh my God. One of the best ever. Ever. Okay? The direction. Everything in Tar. Everything in Tar is at an elite plus level. Every single element, from the cinematography, underrated, to there's no score, so there's no score. Hildor did the score, there's no score. Trust me, it's so buried. The fact that when I talked to Todd about Tar, he said, oh, it's there. And he actually wanted to debate me. I'm like, bro, I've seen the movie twice. I'm very dialed in. If you want to talk to me about some like really niche, small thing, I'm going to see it. Okay? I see all the cracks. There's no score in Tar. Everything else, screenplay, performance, how she didn't win. Let's pretend she did. Let's just pretend. Best film, screenplay, direction, performances, edits, cinematography, all of it is present in Tar. Everything I want to see in a film is in Tar. So easy. So look, for a lot of you are going to say I didn't like Tar. It's boring. I don't. Dude, the dialogue in that film is literally will leave you astounded. I mean, I remember literally, as cliche as it is, the jaw dropping. My jaw was on the floor watching that thing at the Academy Museum when it had its debut here in LA. It's one of the few times I went out to see it, and I'm glad I did. I was just watching that movie, mouth agape, going, holy fuck, this is unbelievable. Right? And that doesn't happen often. It didn't happen tonight, obviously. You know, I think one of the best films overall this year, without question, one of the best films of 2025 is Twinless. No doubt, no question. Twinless across the board. From a direction, from a screenplay, from a performance, it is all there. Score, edits, cinematography. Really cool choices. Twinless is one of the best films of 2025. No, I mean, there's not even any hesitation for me saying that. Okay, that's a recent film that a lot of you didn't see. These films don't do well, but these are the films I like. Twinless is a smart film. God, it's such a smart film. It has a lot to say about being a human being. I mean, isn't that kind of the thing, right? We go to the cinema to experience what being a human is like. And the more films that I see that I love, I start to realize they all have that same thread. The humanity. Tar, go back to that. The humanity, she lacked humanity. She was obviously, certainly someone who deserved everything that was coming to her, but she wasn't also coming from a place that was necessarily devious. That scene where she has with the young student that won her, right, where she's talking about cancel culture and all that, that is one of the best scenes I've ever seen. The fact that it's a oneer is, again, just fall on the floor like, I can't believe what I just watched. But, right, there's moments in there, but again, it's the humanity. We're breaking down and having discussions about stuff. And that's the density of a lot of her speech in that film. Really great, okay? And for a lot of people, they don't want that. They don't want to have to think. They don't want to have to engage. You've heard the story of the NPCs. I'm going to get to that. Leave that up. I'm going to get to it in 1 second, Coach. I'll get to your super chat. We talk about NPCs in this world, right? People who don't have an inner dialogue. They just basically are going through life reacting. They're not really engaged. I think we have a lot of people in this world that are exactly those kind of people. And you know, you're probably not one of those people because you'd never watch something like this because I'm trying to obviously always get your mind going, okay? Whether it's to provoke, whether it's to just express myself, I'm saying things that hopefully you're thinking about, and I think we talk about stuff in addition to movies often, where I talk about, you know, digital ID, as I mentioned off the top, you know, where we talked about within the construct of Antifa. Why are they not angry about digital ID? I can talk about that all day. So that's not really about film. It's a bigger picture, right? Film is a great jumping off point, and I think that's important. And I think the best films are just that. What's your top films of the past 5 years? You know, Coach, let me think about that and give you an answer on Sunday. You know, obviously Tar falls within that 5-year window, which would stretch back to 2020. You know, for me, I'd say, you know, I think I've said them before. Saint Maud would be in there. I was floored by Saint Maud. Tar, After Sun, Moon Age Daydream, Decision to Leave. Yeah, I mean, these 5 pop. There's more. Those 5 are great. 2022 is one of the best years of cinema that we've seen in the past 20 plus. When you're talking about Tar, Decision to Leave, After Sun, and Moon Age Daydream, all in 1 year. Those are 4 9.5 plus films out of 10. So yeah, you know that. So that's pretty easy. Vader Monkey has a brand new super chat. Let's get to that. Strange Darling's my best film of the past. You know what? Vader Monkey, I didn't dislike that film. I was invited to the premiere. JT Molnar does watch the stream. Just FYI, Vader Monkey, he does. And JT has direct messaged me in the past about streams, about that I've talked about some of the stuff he's done. And I like a lot of Strange Darling. I like JT's direction. There's some aesthetics that I would change. But I do like the flipping the script aspect of it. That's interesting. And I look forward to whatever JT does next. You know, I don't have Strange Darling. I think I didn't even have it in my top 10 films of last year, but I definitely didn't dislike it. More positives than negatives, and just a couple things I would change. But, you know, listen, that's typically the way it goes, right? No film's really perfect. I don't care what it is. I mean, I'd have to go back. I've seen Tar twice. I really could watch it 3 times. Here's the deal. Once you take a film in and you know, process it, there might be some stuff that you missed, just some couple things. But in general, I try to focus on the stuff that's really glaringly off and or could be fixed and or should be improved. Or again, you know, look, let's just go back to what we talked about when we talk about One Battle After Another tonight. One Battle After Another is a film of modulation, okay? This is very important if JT's watching. I'm sure JT knows this. Any directors out there? You need to understand the power of modulation. That means you are actively trying to keep your film within a given range that doesn't exceed really where it should go. Okay, go back to what we talked about. If you're just joining us here tonight on MMT, thanks for being here live as always from the City of Angels. When you look at Sean Penn's performance in One Battle After Another, the modulation is way too high, right? It's like, look, here's the deal. Let me just break it out. I've never done this. It just came to me. A lot of stuff is free flow, right? It's like jazz. This is literally like doing live jazz, okay? No script. Here's the deal. It's like a graphic equalizer. Do you guys remember back in the days, we all had the graphic equalizer? Now, I mean, yeah, have it on your phone, but I'm talking about the stereo version, right? I had a Sony stereo that I saved up for, like my summer job. I worked almost every day at the Ohio State Fair so I could have enough money to go out and buy a Sony rack system, right? With the graphic equalizer, cassette deck, no CD at this time, old school. Had the record player, had the graphic equalizer, had the power, the amp. It is like a tower, right? You guys have seen those old 80s stereo towers. Talk about the graphic equalizer. A graphic equalizer in the movies, Obviously, it's everything. You're adjusting those levels, right? We're sliding things up and down. Sean Penn is all the way at the top. You cannot push the graphic equalizer any higher. I want to bring that down from an 11, which is really off the equalizer, down to like an 8.5, 9. I want to bring Leo down from a 10 to a 9, 8, right? Everything just needs to be pitched down. Everything in this film, in some of the scenes, need to be tightened. So tighten, right? It's adjusting. It's modulating. We are making adjustments here. This film needs major adjustments to it. Major. And the funny thing, I know it's never going to happen because the studios are too much. They're too pussies. They're a bunch of, dude, they don't have the fucking balls to bring me in. If they did, I would make every single film that I see better. Every single one. I'm not saying I would be perfect on every one, but I'd make every one at least better. I'd have one stellar note for every film. In this case, I got news for you. I can't fix this. If I just watch one battle after another at Warner Brothers in a test screening, I'd be like, we can't fix it. We have to fix it in the screenplay. The screenplay's the issue. Go back and look. What was the number one problem I had with this film? The tonally messy screenplay, goofy, cringy, all that stuff. Extract it. I can't fix that now. I can only downplay it, try to modulate it down. The problem is if you're going to do that, I'm going to have to lose some of the film that I might need to tell the story. So it's unfixable. There are some films, though, that I've seen that you can fix in post and or after a test screening. Get rid of this, bring this down, shrink. I would get rid of this character, right? You've heard stories in the past. Someone shoots an entire movie and they get rid of the character. They're not even in the movie because someone said the performance isn't good. Performance isn't necessary. We don't do that anymore. What happens now, and this is exactly what happened here with Warner Brothers and PTA, guaranteed. PTA say, I want to make a movie, and he gets the green light. He gets the director's cut from Warner Brothers. That means no one is telling Paul Thomas Anderson that his film needs to be modulated. Big time. Because they signed a deal. They agreed to working with the master. And that's what happens. When you let somebody call all the shots, you're going to have problems. And here's the deal. Listen, I've talked about this before. On this stream, it's my stream. It is MMT. I created this. I can do whatever I want. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Don't care. If I'm making a movie and I'm taking the money from Warner Brothers of $140 million, I need to keep that in mind, back of mind, hell, front of mind throughout the entire process, because it's not just about you at that point. It's about the money the studio invested in your vision, and you better deliver the best vision of your vision. And the problem is these directors are giving us their vision versus the audience's vision. That's the problem. We have too many people that are saying, I want to make these people watch what I want to do, instead of thinking, what do people really want to watch? Ideally, you want to marry both, okay? Again, my stream's not the best example of that. People say, why are you doing film? You should be doing, like, bigger topics. I've done it. I've did the LA fires. Go back and watch that. We did live, like, local news shit, like, better. Okay? I get it. This is easy for me. I'm lazy. Outside of going to the gym and buying more football kits, I'm lazy as hell. Not going to lie to you. So if you ask me, do I want to come on every night and talk about politics? No. Hell no. I want to go for my bike ride. I want to sit out in the grass and watch the sun come down. I don't really want to be so invested in all this. I want to talk about it and forget it. In fact, I'm happier now on X when I just tweet and I leave. I do not sit around going back and forth and talking. Like, imagine being someone like that Ian whatever Chong, and he's sitting over there in the Philippines, wherever he is, and every 5 seconds he's got to send a tweet about how awful the left is, and oh my God, look at all this every day. This is what you do. I would be grabbing a gun. It wouldn't last long. What happened to Weber? Well, he couldn't take it. He couldn't do it anymore. I don't even know how. Why do you want to do that? Why do you want to sit around and do culture war shit all day? It's so lame. You could have an opinion. I just talked about digital ID. Is this whole stream about digital ID? No, just don't accept digital ID. F that. Get out of my lane. The government needs to keep us good roads, give us a police force that isn't corrupt like in this movie. But right, we just need the basics. I need schools, hospitals, roads, police, fire. What else? I don't need anything else. I don't need you to be involved in my life. and telling me I got to do all these things. Good look no further than COVID. Don't even get me started. I'm not doing it tonight. I'm already at an hour. I'm not doing a whole COVID thing, but I'm just going to tell you that a lot of you fell for some shit, and it still makes me angry. Okay? And that's what I don't need. I don't need the government telling me, stay home and be safe. 10 feet apart. I don't need the nanny state up in my business, okay? I need you to give me some distance. I don't need you up in my grill. And that's digital ID. We're good. What do you want? You already know what we all do. Hell, the phone's tracking you. Your phone's sitting there recording you all the time. You know that, right? I mean, if they wanted to, they could hack into any phone. Like, you think you're sending a picture just to you and your girl, your guy, whatever. No, man, that shit's going to whoever. They can just hack and take it, dude. Trust me. Nothing's encrypted, really. I think even the stuff they say is encrypted is not. Well, so what else do you need? It's about them getting more and more control and then exerting that upon your life. We don't need that. I don't want that. Hopefully you don't, right? Are the ladies in One Battle After Another smoke shows, though? Listen, let's talk about Sean Penn's character as well. Sean Penn's character is fascinated with what's her name's ass the entire time. Tiana Taylor. He's like, I think PTA's fascinated with Tiana Taylor's ass. Like, again, that one note, right? Sean Penn is this, ruthless military police guy, Colonel, and even the name's bad. What the fuck's his name? Like Colonel Lockjaw. Like, why can't you just, why does he have to be the, it's always like, hey, Colonel Lockjaw's here. Like, it's just like a comic-y name. It's a goofy name. But look, he's like looking at Tiana Taylor going, oh, look at that ass. Like, really? She busts in and they're doing the whole thing about the ICE raid, and she's like, hey, get hard. Like, okay, I'm not even dialing into some of the shit that happens in this movie. I'm just telling you that what I said about the screenplay is right, and this is all points back to that. Get hard. And then Sean Penn's walking around with an erect cock as she's like, get over here. And there's sexual tension, even though there's no sexual tension. The audience is like, what am I watching? Right? So, no, I listen, this film is not. Dude, the more I think about it, I can't believe I gave it a 77%. Let's forget this dream ever happened. But no, it's a great example of we live in this world of overpraising. I mean, if I go right now, let's just for the heck of it, we still got a couple more minutes. Let's look here. I'm going to go hit this and let's just read all the people. Oh, God, look who we have. This is great. This is exactly what I needed here. Talk about one of the biggest clowns in film Twitter. Cinema Tweets. This random person with a Denzel picture who's just some like random things. Like, look, 357,000 followers. Okay, look, this is like a rant. Like, what is going on here? This is like a diatribe. I'm not going to read this, but every time this person says everything's great, best thing ever. Cinema Tweets might be, listen, I make fun of fantasy, and fantasy is terrible. Cinema Tweets, whoever runs the account, send this to Cinema Tweets. Make sure I'll tell them if they ever want to come talk to me at AMC, I'm right there. You are the biggest laughable. You are Bozo from Channel 9 in Chicago way back when he did the show. You are the clown. Walk in. You don't need anything, just you. Cinema Tweets is, I would say, actually will make this person the cinema clown of the week and probably forever. This account is one of the biggest laugh. The fact that you guys are like, look, it's a cinema account. You don't understand. These people are don't even have a clue what they're talking about. And Cinema Tweets is literally number one. I'm not reading that. I'm not reading what this clown has to say every time. Look, let's read again. The most radical film of the decade, a true modern classic of American culturalism sprinkled in with some absurdity. It's bad. Screenplay's bad. Hold on. There's another one. Look. This is what Cinema Tweets does all day. Look, 16 hours ago. Wake up, everybody. It's time to watch it. Like, imagine, like, this is their life. Like, my life's not this. I do this and I leave. We do it and we get out. We set it and forget it. But the fact that Cinema Tweets sits around all day. Look, another tweet from Cinema Tweets. One of the best sequences of the year. It's a car chase, and he overplays his hand. He shows the road too many times. Too much. Look, it's curves. Look, we have undulation. It's a phenomenal piece of Hollywood filmmaking. I mean, I can't argue the filmmaking's good. It's all positive. Did anyone say it's not good? Nobody. Why am I the only person? Why do I have to be the only guy every time? Look, there's me live. Why do I have to be every time another credibility killer with the overpraising crowd? Every time. I'm sure Film Twitter will come after me. Oh, he just wanted to hate it. No, I don't. I don't want to hate anything. All right, let's do the comment blast closeout, and we're out of here tonight. Let's do it. Any other? If I didn't get to a comment, we'll do it now. Gone Girl, hit as many as you can. I'll do them in lightning speed. Let me get tonight's track up. Give me a second. Wait, that was track from the other night. Here we go. All right. This is the beginning of Fight the Power from Public Enemy. Just give it a second. Discussing film is, dude, holy, don't even get me started about discussing film. Jacob runs it along with a bunch of little Gen Zers who are totally clueless. Jacob, they've blocked me. I think Jacob's blocked me. Jacob, I don't care if you have 1 billion followers. In the film space, I will destroy anything you do. It's not a contest. Dude, the credibility of me versus you is embarrassing. I want you to understand that. That's the thing that no one can ever touch. We are the gold standard. You can have 500,000 subscribers. You can have 500,000 likes. I don't care. No one touches MMT. It's not even a game, dudes. It's not. Certainly not your boy Fantasy. Hopefully he can progress to a 10-pound bench in a couple weeks. Well, I'm going to start him at 5. I don't want to go above 5. I don't want him to, like, rip his chest out. Like, he could tear his chest with the 5-pound weights. And you know what the best part is, Vader Monkey? Let me tell you something. You're the man. Listen, the best part is, and this is why I do this, because when you go to the gym and you bring it, you're allowed to say that. That's the difference between me and the other people. I have earned my spot at the table. I have earned, through doing this, my reputation. I have earned my credibility. These other people never did. It is all a facade. I am as real as it gets, baby. You don't see filters on me, clearly. You can see the gray hair. You don't, dude, this is as real as it gets. Thank you, Vader Monkey. Always a pleasure. Other comments here on this Thursday before we get out of here. Even, look, dude, who else is playing Public Enemy tonight? This is what we do. We're better. The gold standard. Is that it? There's no more Gone Girl? Push a button. Gone Girl's sitting there. I think he's checking texts. Everyone yell. Right now in the chat, I want you to go after Gone Girl and say, get your head in the game. I love The Very First Strangers. Yeah, that was a good. Hey, listen, Jacob. Good film. Cool horror film. Second one I did see. There was a sequel. It was not good. And then this remake was terrible, and I don't even know about 2. I'll watch it, but if it's worse than 1, dudes, it's terrible. I can't even go back and think about that film. I'll just have to go and watch it this weekend. Sunday night will be fun if I see it. Hopefully it's short. Is it short? All right, other comments here. Everyone go hammer Gone Girl. He's sitting there looking. I think his computer's broken. I'm going to do it. Yeah, you know what? By the way, I might have to bring Men Rule the World in. Oh, hold on. You know what? Actually, you know what? This is a good idea. Before I go, I will do this because I am in the mood. Because it's still kind of early. It's only 9 o'clock here. Someone said go watch Grace Randolph. Hold on. We'll do it. Give me 1 second. I didn't think I wanted to, but I'll do it because I just want to see. We all know that Grace Randolph is Grace Randolph. Okay, here we go. Get ready. Give me a second. We'll get rid of this. Okay, this is it. This is our last thing we do tonight. I got to sit through an ad.
Google ads.
What the hell's going on? I just hit Grace Randolph. What? Hold on. What? Why am I watching you go? Hold on. Give me a second.
Ads. Digital marketing is a powerful platform that enables businesses to reach their target audience
Google ads
through a variety of
here she is.
Campaign
Get out of here. All right, get ready. Let's see what she has to say. Yeah. Okay. By the way, if I'm going to do this, who asked for this? Gone Girl, who was it that asked for me to do this? If I'm going to do this, I have to have at least one super chat. I don't care if it's 99 cents. I am not watching Grace for free. I want a 99-cent super chat or we're not watching this shit. Okay? I won't do it for less than 99 cents. So I'll give you guys 1 minute. If it doesn't show up in 1 minute, we're stopping. Okay? Because I'm not doing this shit for free. This is not fun.
After another, aka Antifa versus MAGA, the movie. Oh my goodness. Yes,
I wouldn't even say it's Antifa versus MAGA. Sort of. It's Antifa versus the system. I don't know if it's really. You can say whatever you want. But okay, let's let her continue.
Unfolded before me. I couldn't decide. And I think that the ad campaign for this movie would do itself a service to highlight how this movie actually does correlate with a lot of real life events.
Get
but when
to
I was
it, Grace.
watching the movie, I was like, is this just leaning in to ridiculous, far-fetched political conspiracy theories like some kind of fantasy movie? Or is it reveling and revealing a world that really does exist?
Okay,
Seems
I can't.
To promote
I'm not doing this. It's 20 minutes.
So I think with this film, award season has officially arrived.
Thanks, Grace.
I'm
We all know you never even saw Tar, so what the hell are you talking about?
Nominated, maybe, but I don't think he deserves.
Why is she talking about awards? It's a review, isn't it? I can talk about that on
There-
Sunday. Didn't talk
There's
about that
actually
tonight.
Quite a bit of action.
I'm not watching this shit. I don't care if you send me a super chat. It's not happening. Yeah, exactly. I'm done. I'm done with this shit. Not doing it anymore. We're not watching Grace. I can't. Not watching her. I don't get paid enough. Clearly. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. The comment blast closeout provided by Gone Girl, who is sleeping tonight. I'm coming through the screen to get you after this. Guys, a pleasure as always. We will wrap now. I'll see you back here on Sunday night. Go see One Battle After Another. Let's talk about it at length, in addition to whatever else happens over the next 48 hours. Maybe Strangers 2, maybe After the Hunt. We'll find out on Sunday if I'm motivated. If not, I'll just ramble for an hour like always. Thanks for being here. A pleasure. We'll see you on Sunday. Peace out live from LA. MMT is off the air.